Okay, welcome to session one of World of Barovia, a series of games where we will not be playing through Curse of Strahd per se, but we will be adventuring in the realm of Barovia. We have already gone through our lines and veils and other safety tools, such as the X card and the open door policy if you need to get up and do whatever. We are going to have a short introduction of each character. We will start alphabetically. So Asa, why don't you tell us the elevator pitch for your character playing in World of Barovia?
Yeah, so I am playing the vampire hunter Raylen. He is a dwarf. He suffers from alopecia, so he does not have the trademark beard and stubble that you would normally see in dwarves. He is formerly a cleric of Harvanthi, the goddess of chance and luck, but that was recently stripped away from him, and he is now kind of tasked with, I mean, it's more of a personal task with trying to kind of regain that connection. And as such, he's searching for an artifact in Barovia, and the quickest way to get to Barovia is to work with the Vampire Hunter Guild. So he has signed up and is now a ex-cleric vampire hunter with alopecia.
Indeed. And if I remember correctly, I think we had said in the fiction that the fact that you were a dwarf without a beard and without hair was a sign that you were actually a long lost member of a long lost race
Correct.
of dwarves. That's
Correct.
right. I'd forgotten about that.
Who
All
can
right,
speak
awesome.
with stones?
Who can speak with the earth? Yeah, with the stones of the earth. Very cool. Okay, Rhett, why don't you tell us the elevator pitch for your character?
Lothar he's a Reaper, currently in the body of a human male. He's got a beard and longish hair and clothes appropriate for the region. He's he's been a Reaper for a while. He's been through this area before, but of course, Reaper gets around looking for souls and all that fun Reaper stuff.
And I believe your main goal is to get rid of the undead because they're cheating death, right?
Yeah, we're his drive is to work towards freeing this land from the grip of the undead.
Okay. And Barovia is certainly a place that is filled with the undead. So this is kind of perfect. We're going to start in medias res. You have been led by Val Richten, the vampire hunter himself, the first, if not, or the best, if not the first official vampire hunter of the guild. We're going to say that there was a terrible attack on the guild himself, and in the dead of night, Val Richten appeared and he took you both. Both of you are one of a handful of survivors, and has taken you into the Svalich Road, and now off the road onto the Misty Forest, letting you know that this is a place where the line is thin between this realm and the realm of Barovia.
So, question.
Yes.
With the guild recently coming under attack, are we kind of in a state of flight, or is that danger kind of subsided and we're now focused on the thinning veil?
That immediate danger of the guild being under attack is has subsided, but Val Richten has told you of an event that happens only once every few years that allows people to cross into Barovia. And so you are in a hurry to get where you need to go. It seems like Val Richten only knows the way, and he is leading you. And so when we open up, in our movie, of World of Barovia. We see your footsteps, crunching through the forest in great haste. Maybe any or all of you holding torches, and you are accompanied by one more vampire hunter of the guild, Acolyte Pietro. So it's the four of you: Richten, Acolyte Pietro, and yourselves. Suddenly, in the misty night, Richten stops all of you and says, "Quiet." He seems to be looking for danger. Brett, in Dungeon World, most of the stuff that you go up against, the way it works out is you want to try to scan them if you have time. Like unless you are ambushed, you want to try to see what it is that you're looking at. If you just sort of rush in, a lot of the time you're not going to be able to get through, whatever it is that you're fighting. Sometimes the enemies are pretty straightforward, but a lot of the time they're not. And you will sort of like failing your attack. But then I will tell you, like, okay, this is why you failed and this is how you should approach it. But by that time, maybe you've gotten like smacked or something and maybe lost some hit points or something. So I do sort of recommend that you try to assess the situation before you just jump blindly into battle.
Hey, real quick, you had
Yes.
mentioned coming in that due to my time with the Vampire Hunter Guild, I would get the bolster move.
Yes.
So the bolster move is anytime when you spend your leisure time in study, meditation, or hard practice, you gain preparation. If you prepare for a week or more, you get 1. If it's a month or longer, take 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can spend that. So is it 1 or 3?
How long have you been with the guild?
I mean, I've been with the guild for a while.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, long enough to learn the ways and some of the methodology of the guild.
Okay. Yeah, I think as long as you can give me like fictional reasoning for why you might want to use one of those bolster hold, I think 3 is reasonable. Okay. And if it's with your backstory, I mean, this is like your new job now because you're no longer a cleric of Harvanti. So
just to clarify the move, do I have to declare the +1 prior to the roll, or can I, if I roll a 6, can I say I want to use a preparation? And
that is a good question. I think it makes sense to me if it's before.
Okay.
Right? Because that's when it would make sense that the fictional, that the fiction would come in. Cool. Yeah, maybe either one of you or both of you want to assess the situation here.
Do we oh, never mind. I don't have that ability. Never mind. So what exactly can we see? Is he's just told us he thinks something's coming, we don't see anything, or is that part of assessing the situation?
Yeah. I mean, right now you see the mist. You see, this is a forested area. You see the crunching of the leaves. You hear the crunching of the leaves beneath your feet. You see the canopy of the woods above you. Yeah.
I would like to
one thing
in and go ahead, Brett.
One thing that you don't see is me.
Oh,
we're standing still. I have vanished from sight.
Awesome. And I believe that is one of your abilities, right? As being a Reaper. Yeah.
Yep.
Remind me
Spectre.
what
Nope.
That's
sorry.
sort of
the Death Shroud.
The Shroud. Okay. Yep. As long as you hold soul, when you stand still for a moment, you become invisible. Now, to hold soul, I believe you actually have to hit something though, right?
Well, it's like a storage thing. I've got 2 right now.
Oh, you start with 2?
We start with 1, but I'm level 4, so I just
Oh,
we start the game with 1. You
cool.
up to 3. Since I'm level 4, I've been around the block a few times. I figured we'll just start him in the middle and have 2.
Sounds good. All right. Well, so you
Is
start with 2
this?
soul.
I guess we're probably used to this by now because it's anytime we stand still.
Yeah.
So we're probably like, oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, like the camera is spinning, around the 3 of you, like Avenger style.
I can see like the first time we're talking. So tell me how are things. You stop doing
He
that.
does this quite a bit, yeah. And I'm guessing like
He's not. You're not incorporeal, right? Like I could still walk into you. You just have vanished from sight.
It's just invisible. Yep.
Yeah.
It's just invisible. And I'm guessing that it's not like if you're standing, like you're sleeping, you're invisible. Like this is something that you have to consciously
Focus on.
try to do.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be extremely inconvenient.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I would like to kind of prepare, have my shield and weapon ready and maybe move up to where what's the name? Von Richten.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of look where he's looking and see what I can see.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead and roll discern realities.
Discern realities, and that one is plus wisdom, which I am not wise at all. No modifier. 7.
7. Okay, you get 1 question from the list.
And I will say what here is not what it appears to be.
Okay. What here's not what it appears to be is you are not you're not alone here. Even though at first sight it would seem like you are. You will be first to spot them, so you won't be ambushed. You are in fact being stalked by a creature above you that looks like these.
Which chat are you dropping it in?
I'm gonna see if I can maybe share screen. Let's get fancy with it.
For the recording audience at home.
For the recording audience at home. I've never done this, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this works.
Clear your life secrets off the other screen, just so you don't share more than you intend.
All right, here we go. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
This is Legs.
Yeah.
Forsaken Crypt Fiend.
It
That's
is. It is a
spooky
Crypt
looking.
Fiend from Warcraft. If you ever played that.
That's what the thing says.
Yeah.
Is a Crypt Fiend. How do I get back to my character keeper?
I think I have to stop. Oh, here we go.
No,
Here's the stop share button.
So I have chosen Quarry. So is the Crypt Fiend either a vampire, no, undead, or a practitioner of the dark arts?
Ooh. Let's see. Chosen Quarry. So
the ones I've got bolded are the ones that I've.
Okay, yeah. So you choose 2 more. So besides the vampires, you could do, what is it?
I've picked vampires, undead, and practitioners of the dark arts.
Oh, okay.
Picked, so
this is in fact none of those.
Okay.
However, stalking you all from like in front of you, Raylen, is this sort of combination of man spider, right? Sort of coming down this tree, kind of disgustingly, from its rear end, there's silk and it's coming down and his hands are like so. From behind.
Is it directly above me, us?
It's directly in front of your group, I would say. Okay. And then from behind you, Raylen, we also get one of these guys right here, and I would like to, let's do that. We're gonna share screen again. And let's see if you can see this guy right here.
He's definitely a practitioner of the dark
He
arts.
is definitely a practitioner of the dark arts, and he is undead. And you know him as Raylen as one who is, you know, raised from the dead, and like in a community of undead, you would know that he is like intelligent, and he would practice like a priestly role
Okay.
among a community of intelligent undead. So very fantasy, very undead priest sort of thing. This particular priestly undead has chained up a human who seems to have markings on him. They look to be tribal, looks to be like paint. And he seems to be blindfolded and wearing like a simple loincloth, and sort of looks like a slave of some sort or kind.
Okay. And are they? Can I tell if they're aware of us? Obviously
They
not
are-
Brett. He's nowhere to be seen. But
Yeah, they are aware of you, and they are here to
they're coming.
stop you. Yeah, I mean to stop you, and they're stalking you. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, you would know that this undead priest, as part of like what they do, would be like to eat the flesh of others. So he's probably looking like a snack, looking at you like a snack, not that type of snack, the other type of snack.
Got
Yeah. And so is the crypt fiend. I mean, the man spider probably looks like he would eat you as well. Let's see. Brett, what do you want to do? Or Lothar, what do you want to do?
I'm going to turn my attention to the undead,
Okay.
of course.
Have you? We'll say that he came behind you. So in order to turn to him, you actually have to move, and so make yourself appear, or you can remain still and try to ambush them if you want to wait a little while.
I don't know how to. I was gonna say it. I guess we would have had to figure this out earlier. Would I know where Brett is? Like, could I theoretically taunt them and draw them into me, and move, past Brett and let him get the jump on him?
Ooh.
Well, I'm assuming we were walking in like a line type of standard travel arrangement.
Yeah.
Or is he on a horse that's now suddenly have an empty saddle?
I think you guys were walking on foot. I think, in fact, Van Richten, excuse me, made you get off your horses and go on foot because it's more dramatic that way.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. How do we do that?
So if I just turn around, I can't see this thing.
Like, I think you can see him, but then they will know where you are, because from what I understand, when I'm looking at your power, you would have to stand absolutely still to not be seen. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, do you, do you want to try to get the jump on them, or do you want to wait and? So choices.
I know, right? I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
And I'm assuming as Raylan is seeing what he sees, he's just kind of letting the group know.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'll know what's what. So I'll be waiting for this this crypt keeper guy.
Look out, boys. Crypt fiends in the trees. Undead on the loose.
Yeah, sure enough. Val Richten, remind me what kind of weapon do you have, Raylen?
So I have it's still a warhammer, but it's silvered, both on the blunt and on the thing hammer. And the I've worked with a woodsmith and a blacksmith so that the handle, I can give it a twist and pull out a wood spike that's seated in the handle for vampire related stabbings.
That's awesome. So you have like a hidden stake in there, right?
Correct.
Oh, how cool. I love that. Oh, that's super neat. Yeah, awesome. Van Richten has a whip, you know, and I think Pietro probably has a sword. And
Is Pietro wearing a red shirt?
He certainly would be the one who would have the least chance of survival here, if that's your question. Yeah. I think the this undead priest, you're gonna hear his voice from behind you, Raylen, and he's gonna hiss into the night and say, for the forest that stinks of dwarf and earth and kind that should go back. And he, in his hand, has a stiletto, and he seems to be ready to plunge that into the slave that he's holding. Raylen, what do you want to do?
I want to use my back foul creature action.
Okay.
So I carry a magic or holy symbol, repellent to those of the wicked heart. And the first time I brandish it, hold on. Time out. I'm sorry, guys. I need 1 second.
No problem. I'm reading your move, so. Carry a magic or holy symbol repellent to those of the wicked heart. The first time you brandish it, at an evil creature roll plus charisma. On a 10+, choose 2 effects from the list below. If the target is a chosen quarry, which the target is. Oh, if the target is a chosen quarry, choose 3. Awesome. On a 17, choose 1. The target may not come within reach of you until you put the symbol away. You take +1 forward against the target. You deal your damage to the target. Ooh.
And as long as you're reading, also scroll down and read the what's it called? The power compels you.
The power compels.
It's like a level up for the back foul creature move.
Ooh, awesome. You deal your damage to the target. The target is forced to tell you one truth. When dealing with chosen quarry who are not already fighting you, you may always use putting the symbol away as leverage to parlay. Awesome. Awesome.
And I'll get video back in a second, but the my holy symbol is on the front of my shield. So I just basically have to hold the shield up. And then back foul creature.
Awesome. And what was the advanced move?
The power compels you.
The power compels you.
It just gives me 3 extra options.
Awesome. The target must attack 1 creature of your choosing. How cool. The target briefly kneels in terror before you and may not make any moves, or the target drops their weapon. How cool is that?
So you said he has a stiletto, right?
He does, yeah.
So I want to, I guess I need to roll the move, huh?
Yeah.
Charisma, which is 2. Oh, 8.
Very cool. So you get to pick 1 from this list.
Yeah, I will go ahead and make him drop the stiletto, and then I'll try to close distance.
Ooh, very cool. He will drop his weapon for sure. He will like hiss, and you will see that like in his bony hand, there is like smoke coming up. And as he's coming to face you, he's going to just turn onto this slave, and he's going to bite him in the face. And he's going to take a big chunk of his face, and sure enough, a big chunk of your face is going to come away, Raylen. And you're going to be missing a chunk of your face, and you're going to be yeah, you're going to be bleeding.
Okay.
You are
How
going
much
to take
damage?
You're only going to take 1d4 damage, but you are also going to take a condition to your charisma. So you're going to have -1 charisma.
Okay. Do we have a place of the character keeping a track conditions?
We do. I'm just going to put an X right next to your charisma to show that you have that condition, which I
Right.
believe is scarred. And you will also be scarred from now on because an undead took a big chunk out of your face remotely.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Why
I'll just grow a beard to cover the. Oh.
Oh no, that pretty baby face. But dude, what good is a vampire hunter if you don't have like a
You
super
gotta have
bad
the
awesome
look.
scar, right? Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and roll Defy Danger Constitution if you want to continue charging at them?
Yeah. Heck
Is that
yes,
something
I
you want to do? Yeah.
I'm pissed now.
Oh, okay. Angry.
Defy danger constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
Yeah.
is it 2 again? Oh my god, snake eyes. 4.
Oh no. Okay. I think what's going to happen here is Van Richten is going to grab his whip and engage the Creep Fiend. And the Creep Fiend is going to like latch its arm around the Creep Fiend is going to grab the whip in his arm, and he's just going to lower and snatch Van Richten into the trees. Lothar, unless you have something here that allows you to fly, he's going to get away. Is there anything like that, or any sort of supernatural jumping that you could do? I don't think you do.
Is I can fly.
Can you really?
Yeah. I have to spend a soul, but I can fly.
That's awesome. What move is that?
Spectre.
Oh, how cool. Oh, that's perfect. As long as you hold soul, you can hover and move a few feet from. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, this would be like the one thing that could save him. Yeah. Let's see. You can spend 1 soul to do the following: fly for a few minutes and then safely return to the ground. Become partially ethereal when you take damage and only take. Yeah, I think I'm gonna allow your Spectre move to say that you can, ghost yourself upward. You're gonna be seen. But if you want to like wrestle Van Richten away from this man spider's grasp, you're gonna have to do a Defy Danger charisma, probably. No, excuse me, Defy Danger strength, probably.
Would I be able to? So he grabbed the whip and he's pulling him upward.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be able to cut his whip.
Yeah, absolutely. How would you want to do that?
With my scythe.
Ooh, I don't think you're going to be able to get high enough. I think it's going to be one of those things that you're going to be able to like just grab Van Richten's maybe feet and pull him down.
Okay.
This thing
I'll
went
do
like,
that then.
Yeah, that hard move was like, came down, snatched him up, has his weapon in one arm, snatched Van Richten up in the other, and he's just pulling him right up. So you're barely going to be able to have, hold of his shoes.
Okay. Yep. We'll give that a shot with my 10 strength.
All right. Good luck.
All right. Which move am I rolling on then here?
It's gonna be Defy Danger strength.
Is that still 2d6 then?
It is. Yep. It's 2d6 plus strength. And on a hit, you set out to do exactly what you want to do, which I'm guessing is to rest him away, right?
Yep.
On a 7 to 9, you will be able to do that at a cost, and then on a 6 minus, it's a miss.
Oh, nice. Double sixes.
Nice.
Making
That's-
up for the double ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got all the luck I'm missing.
For sure. Tell me what it looks like as you rescue Van Richten from almost certain death.
So so he gets snatched and he's getting dragged up by this thing, and and all of a sudden just Lothar appears and just whoosh, you see the snow and the leaves and just whoosh around him as he takes off, and I fly up and I grab him around the ankles and I start pulling, and you see his boot start to slip just a little bit, like, uh-oh, is it gonna lose grip? And then I just yank, and you see part of his clothes tear a little off out of the grip of this out of the creature, and then I've got him by the ankles like this, and he's upside down as I fly down to the ground.
Oh, that's great. I was gonna have him lose that whip, but because you rolled boxcars, he's gonna be able to come down with like the whip and everything. Well done. Raylan, you have been stopped in your tracks. And then you took 1d4 damage as well. I think I said that before. How much damage did you take? You're on mute.
I'm rolling it, right? Because DM doesn't roll in this game.
Correct. Which is one of my favorite things. Because then I never have to feel bad.
How do I roll snake eyes? But
Let the players kill themselves.
3.
3. Okay. And that's not gonna take into account armor because it's
Sure,
on your
my face. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
You are 21 by my count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have I know I was stopped in my tracks, but can I again begin to advance and attempt to engage?
You can. This priest seems to be like, he has not picked up the stiletto. He doesn't want anything to do with it.
I don't want this guy to voodoo doll me anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Instead, he is chanting something as he is sort of swirling his arms and creating this green sort of ethereal energy around his hands, but it doesn't seem like it's aimed at you. It seems like it is aimed at the voodoo doll. I want to call him something other than slave, but like voodoo doll. Thrall, sure. Thrall is a good word because even as he's bleeding, and he might start going into shock, he's actually moaning in what sounds like pleasure.
So let me ask this. How close am I to either of them? Like, I feel like it would be kind of a one-hit kill if I were to just lay into the thrall. Mm-hmm. Whereas I might have to do some repeated damage to the undead.
Correct.
So if I were to attack the thrall, will I be exposing myself to danger? Like, how would that work?
That's a good question. Because I think there's a risk that if you were to hit the thrall, you might actually be hurting yourself, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Is it all damage to the thrall, or just the damage that the priest does to the
That's
thrall?
Right. I think that's a good question. I think maybe you can consult what you know about
let me spout
this sort of magic. Yeah.
Can I spout lore?
Go ahead and spout roll.
Chosen
or spout
Ori.
Yeah, you get +1. And then this might be a good time to use some of your preparedness.
Yeah. Hold on.
If you want.
I'm getting there. Intelligence. Woof. I am neither smart nor Wise. All right. And yes, I will, based on the heels of my last couple rolls, give myself a +1 for this and spend my preparation.
Very well. You have
The only
two
modifier
points
I
left.
have. Come on. Oh, I got a 9.
Okay.
With the +1. So
Excellent. So I think
for spout lore, 7-9, you get to tell me something interesting, and I have to make it useful.
okay. What could be something interesting here, and you have to make it useful. Well, in a 7 to 9, you won't know exactly that specific question, right? Like if you heard it, will you be hurting yourself? But you do know that if these are denizens of Barovia that have already crossed over, or maybe you have already crossed over into Barovia and you don't know it, right? But if this is a Barovia creature, he might actually be be given powers by the Lord of Barovia himself, whom you know is a powerful vampire. And sure enough, there seems to be a necklace that he's wearing with a vial of blood. So there is that. So if you are able to take that out, you are able to take probably his magical powers away.
Yeah. All right, then.
Is that
I guess...
is that a fair bit of information since you didn't roll a 10 plus? Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Us and vampire blood vials, man.
I know.
Oh, that's right. We get for those of you watching at home.
I'm gonna
this
tip the
seems
refrigerator over onto him.
this seems to be a repeated thing. It's vials of vampire blood.
I will. I'll then just attempt to attack the undead.
Sounds good. I assume that you're going to close in and charge him.
Yeah, try to do melee
and try to whale him. Okay. Are you trying to cause as much damage as possible, or are you trying to defend yourself from his spell?
I'm trying to keep him. I'm trying to damage him, but while simultaneously making sure that I keep him away from the thrall. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not as intent on causing catastrophic damage as much as I am in keeping him busy from doing whatever else he is going to do with his vial of blood on his chest. And
sure. So that actually sounds to me like a defend. Not a hack and slash. Yeah.
That can do a defend.
Which actually helps you because your con is higher than your strength. So go ahead and roll defend.
Defend is Constitution.
And then Lothar, after this, we'll come back to you.
10.
Okay, excellent. I believe you get to pick from a list on defend.
I think I just hold 3.
And
so I can... All right, well, I'll go ahead and spend 1 right away to deal damage to the attacker equal to my level, which is a 4.
All right, seems good.
I think, let me just double check that math. Yeah, 4. And then I'll obviously hold on to the other 2.
Okay. Deal damage to the attacker equal to your level. And you have a Warhammer, you said, yeah?
Yep, correct.
Okay. So you're actually you would normally like roll advantage here. But I'm gonna say that you're gonna roll for your level plus half. So you're actually gonna deal it 6 damage. Why don't you narrate what that looks like?
Yeah, so tell me, remind me again what he was preparing to do with the thrall.
He was going to cast some spell onto it to try to hurt you.
Okay, so he's clearly targeting the spell. I So as he prepares to kind of cast a spell, I jump in front, brandishing the shield. The holy symbol does not necessarily have the backfall creature ability yet, but it still is enough to kind of blind him and throw him off just enough to kind of open him up where he just and I'll just with the hammer kind of like almost a glancing blow. I'm aiming for the vial, don't get it, so I can hit him in the shoulder and ricochet up, causing moderate to mild damage and interrupting the spell casting, hopefully.
Yeah, let's look at your weapon and see if it has any labels on it.
I would have to hold on.
Yeah, we'd have to go back to the
trusty Dungeon World book.
Yeah, it would be in the cleric playbook, right? Because you have your cleric weapon still.
So Warhammer. So the tags on a Warhammer. There aren't any tags. Oh, there it is. The only tag on it is close. Now it is silvered.
Ooh.
And so against my chosen quarry, which this is, it says I deal extra damage.
Ooh,
but it
how
also
much
says
extra damage?
it says I only deal that damage doing a hack and slash. So
okay.
I don't know if that would apply.
No, I don't think it would in this instance. Yeah, with close. Yeah, I'm gonna wanna hopefully take you to a blacksmith and upgrade your warhammer here at some point so you can do some cooler stuff with it. You are going to deal this thing a lot of damage, but because it is undead, it doesn't necessarily feel, and you don't necessarily interrupt the spell unless you are going to spend some more points here to do that. So
what are my other hold options for defend?
You can half the attack's effect or damage. You can redirect the attack from this thing to yourself.
Well, that seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, you probably want to half the attack's effect or damage.
Yeah, and Lothar's not close enough to do any. Like, if I open him up, he's not really in this. He's dealing with the spider monkey thing.
Well, he is back. You can probably call him over after this. So maybe giving that +1 forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna as I glance him off the shoulder, it's gonna spin him around a little bit and open him up for an attack. And give Brett or Lothar, excuse me, a +1.
Okay, seems good. And do you want to have the effect?
May as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Got 3, so.
Okay, I think what it's going to do is, like, part of the spell is that it's flashy, like quite literally it causes damage and it actually goes off in a blinding light. So Raylen, I think you're going to be blinded for a little bit, but it is going to go off and it's not going to hit the thrall. Much to its own chagrin, it like drops on its knees and it's like making that same sort of groan of pleasure. Yeah. Lothar, what do you want to do?
I want to put a pin in this. Remind me to come back to this when we do Stars and Wishes in the Night, because I have a question, but fictionally it doesn't matter.
Sure, sounds good. Okay, is it about? Never mind. We'll wait until the end. But if it's about groans of pleasure,
no,
I'm just gonna
no
laugh. No
groans of pleasure.
Okay, sounds good. Lothar, you have a couple of options here. You can the man spider seems to have disappeared into the canopy. You can try to look for it again. You can try to help Raylen. You can try to see if there's any more enemies. Van Richten certainly seems to be ready for more of an attack. What do you want to do?
What's Redshirt been doing while this is?
Pietro has been mostly scanning, has been mostly trying to get Van Richten. He hasn't been much of a help, but you can try to bring him in somehow if you have any idea.
Van Richten gets hauled up. He's just
yeah, essentially. Yeah, essentially he's there to show how much better you are at being a hero than he is. Because he couldn't get to him. You flew into the air to save him. So yeah.
So So I'll have set him down, and then I'll turn around and I'll fly over to this little melee action that's happening, and I'll take a swing with my scythe at the undead guy.
Okay, sounds good. I think he is. Let's see. He is magical. I think he's going to prepare a different spell as you're closing the distance, because yours is like a melee attack. Is that not?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And so I think this one is going to be like he's going to get like that classic sort of like flame in his hands, you know, as he is whispering a different spell as you're coming at him, Lothar. Go ahead and roll hack and slash, unless you want to name him as your quarry, or it's not quarry. What is it called? When you take a moment to gaze upon the black gate and judge the soul of a living creature.
He's not a
near
living
you.
creature.
He's
though.
not a living creature. You're right.
Otherwise, I would have done that.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Your target is sentenced by death. While using you, damage becomes. You can only sentence one creature at a time. Yeah. That seems interesting, because it would seem like you would have something against the undead, since that's what you're mostly fighting. Okay. What else did you take as your moves?
Just the flying thing and the invisible thing.
Okay.
Those can be buffed up with level ups.
Okay, sounds good. You do get something with undead creatures, this Finger of Death move. I see that. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay. But yeah, go ahead and roll hack and slash if you're trying to do as much damage at it as possible.
I got that +1 from
You do.
Raylan's move, right?
You do.
Because I don't have any pluses on my own. Oh, yeah. 5.
5.
2 2s.
Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I get to make a hard move. And man, I think we're gonna do damage as intended here. As you're closing in, this thing is going to shoot fire out of his hands. And it is going to be let me check here how much it does. Undead Mage. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 damage plus a d10 of like fire damage.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this thing is nasty. Now, the good news is it looks like it's taken quite a bit of damage from Raylen here. It looks the worse for wear.
I'm at half now.
How much did you roll?
An 8.
Oh no. Do you have 20 HP?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you do have 20 HP. Let's hope he doesn't get one of those off.
I know, right?
Yeah. Van Richten is going to yell at Pietro, go help them, go. And now you 3 are essentially surrounding this this undead mage, and it looks like now it looks scared, and it looks like it's retreating. Raylan, this thing might go into the ground. That's something that you know that undead can and do.
Am I still blind?
In my bold, oh, you are still blind. I think you're going to take a -1 as your sight starts to clear. If you do anything like swing a weapon or anything of that sort, right?
That's
Anything
what I
that
want.
involves
That's
your
what
eyes,
I want
right?
to do because I'm a little bit pissed now.
Oh, we are angry. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to just try to
Hack
end this thing?
and slash.
Yeah, you want to go ahead
I would like to, yes.
and do as much damage as possible. Yeah. You're gonna get to do that. Go ahead and roll your hack and slash if you want to deal the damage.
Strength is a 1, but I'm at a -1, so it's and I will use my second perception here. Mother. This
What'd you roll, my
this
friend?
app that you give us is broken. I got a 5.
It's my fault. So, Lothar, you wouldn't even be able to aid him.
Hold on, I want to mark my experience here.
That's right. Every time you get a miss,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
forget to mark your experience.
At least something came out of Face Full of Fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Ugh. I guess I'm still blinded and I've got blood dripping in my face and
You do.
just can't hit the
Well,
broadside
here,
of a barn.
yeah, here's the thing. I think that the three of you are engaged, with this undead priest. And Raylan, you are going to get to finish him as it starts trying to go into the earth to escape. You're going to be able to end him, and then I will tell you what my hard move is. Raylan, why don't you go ahead and describe what that looks like?
Yeah, so he is going down into the earth, and I'm just going to take my hammer and like help him down. So I'm just going to come in right from the top, and just cave in his undead skull, and he just crumples. Like the part of him that's in the earth stays in the earth, and he just crumples from there. Head just it kind of exploded into a not a pink mist because there's no pink in the brain, but you get the point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You seem to have severed some sort of connection that this undead priest had with the thrall, because it is going to slump over dead. And here's going to be my hard move. I am going to share my screen again.
This is exciting.
Now, one of these guys right here is going to appear behind Van Richten, straight out from under the earth. He's just going to appear, and he's going to drag him into the earth. And you guys are going to hear Van Richten's screams as he is pulled underneath. And I think in a very dramatic way, we get a shot from above of Van Richten's hand, like disappearing into the ground, and as he leaves his whip behind. So,
and there's no chance at reaction, right?
No, I think that's got to be my hard move. It's just going to be Van Richten gets taken away. So, man,
wow,
this is harsh.
Pietro was a red herring.
Pietro was
the
a red
red shirt was
herring.
Van Richten the whole time.
It was Van Richten who had the red shirt the whole time. Already, we're starting the game with surprises. That's great. That's great. Yeah.
I would like to kind of spin around and eyes to the trees and just
Is there anything else out there?
aggressively kind of peer and look and see what else we may have missed.
Yeah, I think this is a great time for discern realities.
I'll do
And yeah, let's go ahead and have Lothar roll it, and then Raylan, you're in a position to help. You know,
Yeah.
There's a help move in DW.
If needed, I shall.
Indeed.
Yeah, you're gonna want help.
What'd you roll, my friend?
1 and a 3.
I can't help. Well, what's your plus? What's your wisdom?
+2.
Oh, so you're 6. Yeah. So yes, I'll help.
Oh, okay.
I have to roll the help move though, right?
You do. Brett, we would normally roll in the books, it would say plus bonds, but we have replaced bonds with drives. And so, Asa, you're just going to roll plus whatever makes sense. So in this case, it would be plus wisdom.
Which is a 0 for me.
I changed my dice.
Hey, yeah, I got a 9.
Hey, huzzah! So you bump them up by 1, but you open up yourself to any danger. You will be able to travel a bit further, more into the woods. And I'll go ahead and let you ask that one question, Brett, from the Discern Realities list.
What happened here recently? No.
You were well, you know what? If you were to ask that question, I would give you something helpful if you did want to know that.
What should just because we've ran into 3 different things already,
Mm-hmm.
be on the lookout for?
What should you be on the lookout for? You are going to find a ring that was left behind by Van Richten. If you put it on, it will help you find your way into Barovia from through the Misty Woods.
Like we've seen him use this, so we know.
You have seen him use it, yeah. It has the face of a humanoid with a mouth open. Do either one of you want to wear it? We'll say that it's even, not only have you haven't seen him use it, but you have heard whispers of this, Raylan, back at headquarters, that Van Richten has this magic ring that sort of helps him guide him.
Once I'm convinced that we're in the clear,
Mm-hmm.
I want to, grab his whip,
Mm-hmm.
grab, that ring, or at least discuss the ring with Lothar.
Mm-hmm.
And, if he left any rations or whatever, not to pick over the dead, but
if he's left anything else helpful. He has left 2 2 uses of an exorcist's kit. Brett, in DW, a lot of things are abstracted, and so I'm not going to go through exactly what he has left, but if at some point you need to be like, if only I had holy water, it's like, oh, that's right, we have Van Richten's exorcist kit, and whatever it is you need, it will be there. Okay. So you have 2 uses of an exorcist kit.
Oh, good news, guys. I finally caught the fly, and then I opened my hand, and it went away. So the battle is back on. Okay, then I want to kind of turn to Lothar with the ring and, be like, this is, we've heard tell of this ring. This is supposed to be how Van Richten's been, back and forth to Barovia. I don't know the ins and outs of it or how it works. But I'm sure if one of us, would like to give it a whirl.
My question is,
Pietro's standing there as if like maybe he qualifies to wear the ring.
Pietro, you were his buddy. Here, put this on. I'm sure no danger will come to you. No harm.
Pietro says, "Oh, a buddy of the great Van Richten? No, I was merely an acolyte. You know that, Master Raylan. You must not jest with me like this, please."
One thing I would also like to do while we're at downtime, I would like to use my cast a spell move to cast Cure Light Wounds on Lothar.
Yeah,
So
I want to
it is
set the
last-
scene.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, as part of that 7 to 9, I will say that you all also found a safe place to make camp. You do find some rock formations and some, maybe like a small creek later on, an easily defendable place where you guys can make camp. And then Brett, I think I interrupted you. Lothar, did you have a question?
I don't know if I would be even be able to take the ring, because on the playbook for the Reaper under gear, your load is 8 plus strength. Death does not carry any possessions, and neither do you. Small token from your body's past life to honor their soul. So, like, can I even really have anything?
You can. You still get like you have a number of gear. Your load is 10 plus your strength.
Or is it one of those things like, as you adventure, you can get, but you don't start with anything?
Right, you don't start with anything. Yeah.
Okay.
And you are starting at level 3 or 4? 4. Okay. So you can have maybe one other thing, because I know you've been back to life for a little while. So maybe you can have one other thing if you want.
Okay.
But yeah. Let's do a scene of make camp after a short break. How does that sound? Okay. Let's come back at 11:10.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll stop the recording.